What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Out of Bounds by 13%, a black student athlete group here on Villanova's campus. I'm your co-host, Darius Pickett, treasurer of the 13%, here along with.
Seidu Shamsudeen, event coordinator on 13%.
And today we have a very special guest, Kentron White, a freshman rep for BSU, and also an ambassador for OIA. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about yourself today?
Sure. Again, my name is Kentron White, formerly known here as Tron. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, and yeah, I'm just glad to be here.
Glad to have you, my guy.
Can you tell us about why you picked Villanova and how your transition has been so far?
Yeah, so like I tell everybody I encounter, I didn't choose Villanova. Villanova definitely chose me. I'm a posse scholar here on a leadership scholarship. And basically, when it came down to it, Villanova was amongst a top selection of different schools who decided to choose who they wanted to come here.
Mm-hmm.
And I just so happened to be, one of those people. As far as my transition here, it's definitely still, going on. And it's, I'm not gonna lie, it has not been easy. I'm still trying to figure out where I fit in on this campus. Not even fit in, like I'm trying to learn how to just stand out and just be me.
Okay. Going into more depth, can you tell us how it is being a black male on Villanova's campus?
Ooh.
Specifically.
Well, being a black male here on this campus is very difficult, but also being a black gay male here on this campus is definitely difficult. It's a double whammy. There's always, things going on with being black here on this campus, but, also being gay, is something that's very challenging. And I feel as though, being embraced here is something that's, definitely still in the works, but, I'm making strides.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you mean, because for me, like, I'm African, I'm black, and I'm Muslim as well. So it's like, when you get on campus, like, you try to find your people. So it's like, you try to find a group where you can, like, you guys understand each other, like, you can assimilate to, like, relate to and stuff like that. So I definitely get, like, where you're coming from in terms of, like, it being difficult, like, being black on campus and stuff like that. Yeah, Darius, what do you think?
For me personally, I know I personally have a relative, well, my brother, a gay black male as well. So I understand from that side of like support system wise. Just before we go on, I just wanted to let you know what I'm saying, as a friend, I'm definitely here for you in that aspect. But going into more depth about being a gay black male here, how would you say the relationships of other black men on campus is being there for you in that difficult conversation of just who you are?
Definitely, I would have to say in a way it's non-existent. There are like probably a handful of like black heterosexual males here on this campus that do respect me and embrace me.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like, it's definitely non-existent. I feel as though, there's still the whole, oh, he's gay, let's not associate with him, and, I really dislike that because at the end of the day, I'm a man, and at the end of the day, I'm a person. And I have so much value and so much to give and so much to, learn and so much to teach. And for a person not to give me that opportunity, I feel is a disservice to society. And I feel as though if this community, especially, for my fellow black men, I feel like if they would take the step to show that respect and show that, that kindness, like we could definitely, go far, and we could definitely, become stronger as an entity on this campus.
I think this kind of goes into into another episode of just athletes and non-athletes on Villanova's campus, essentially that dynamic, I feel like it starts there, just getting, I think just creating that relationship with other just black males on campus. I think it starts there. Understanding, respecting each other's boundaries of, you know, identity, and try to come to terms of who we are as a male, who we are as a human, and things of that nature. How would you say just having, establishing friends in general, how has that been on campus?
That's been kind of like weird as well because typically most of my friends here on campus are female, and you know, even that has its own struggles. But anytime I do make a friend that is male, it's because of association with that female. You know, it's not just because, oh, I just so happen to, you know them, have a conversation with them. And, you know, I find that kind of weird because, like I said, I'm just a regular person. Like, it's all about intent. If my intent is to, like, get to know you a certain way, that's my intent. But if I'm just trying to get to know you as a friend, that's what I'm trying to do. Like, I make it very clear, like, I don't want you, you know? And, like, that's just how it is. You know, I just genuinely want you as a friend. And I'm still myself trying to struggle and I'm having a hard time just trying to seek out and find, like, at least one straight male on this campus that I can embrace and they can embrace me. And we could, you know, form a nice relationship, you know, and it's just something that I feel as though I pray it happens, but right now it just feels as though it's like it may not happen, you know, just because of how the culture is here.
So yeah, so like going off of that, like what would you attribute that to? Like the cause of that being like the environment, like, you know, lack of more black people. Like, would you say it's the culture? Just like, what would you, like, you know?
Well, I think it's definitely, you know, the culture. I feel like there are two specific types of black people on this campus, black males to be exact, and one is greater than the other, and that would probably be like our black male athletes. I feel as though they get all the praise, all the attention, all the love, all the respect, every ounce of Villanova because they are an investment to Villanova.
Right.
Like, they're a clear investment to Villanova. But what they fail to realize and what our school neglects to realize is that I'm also an investment. You know, if anything, I'm more of a definite investment because some of, you know, our athletes, they may get great deals and decide to end their education here. Well, me, I have no choice but to continue my education. And I feel like, you know, that's a major factor here. And I feel like also, you know, being a regular male here who's not an athlete and always getting mistaken as an athlete, like, that's kind of like weird to me. Like, you know, because especially like a lot of white people here, you know, they be like, oh, you know, you're here because you're an athlete. No, I'm not. I'm here because I worked hard enough to get here, you know. So that's just how it is for me right now.
I would say, moving forward, just how, or even before moving forward, just was this like, how was this problem even before you got here? Like, what like similarities or differences are you seeing?
Ooh, well, coming from New Orleans, which is a very diverse place, like this, it's nothing compared to, you know, back home because people actually embrace you. Like my hometown is a place where people can go and authentically be themselves, and people respect and embrace you. Here, it has definitely been like a new type of experience for me.
Right.
You know, like it's so weird to me because like I said, I've never had to like go through this. Of course, I've had my struggles of being a black man. Of course, I've had my struggles of being a gay black, you know, a gay person. But at the same time, I still was embraced. I still had family. I still had friends. I still had individuals who still respected me no matter what, no matter who I am. But, you know, being here where like that's not happening, where there's so much prejudice, there's so many microaggressions here, just so much disrespect for not only being black but also being, you know, gay or a part of the LGBTQ plus community. Like, it's so much to deal with here, and you know, it's just something that we definitely need to take strides, you know, to fix.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Makes sense. I mean, you brought up a really important like observation, and I wanted to ask Darius if, because he talked about being a black male on campus is either you're an athlete or a non-athlete. So I wanted to see if Darius, if you felt any type of way, when you're not in your football clothes, if you felt there's a certain level of treatment, if you feel like you've been how would I say, if you feel like Nova is not a good fit when you're not in your athletic clothes or something like that. Have you ever felt like that type of way being on campus?
I would say I think we share that part of, you know what I'm saying? I think we share part of that identity of just being a student, obviously us two being athletes when we're not wearing that football or soccer backpack or carrying that Gatorade bottle around. I feel like you do get viewed differently for sure. Acknowledging that, the way you feel and what you go through here on campus. And I think a big thing is understanding that the relationship is not there, you're saying, with the black community, the black male community here. And we're not together. And I think this conversation here today, here moving forward, is some point of effort. And like I said earlier, I want you to know that we are us two. If you don't, like you said, you don't have those other heterosexual males in your corner. And I want to speak. I know I'm speaking for myself, but I know for him for sure that we're here for you and trying to make that difference, make that change, be more understanding. Like I said, I have a gay brother. And I've learned a lot from my gay brother. Essentially, it's funny, my own father. You know what I'm saying? He's more of the father figure than my actual father. I've learned way more things that I need to learn, need to know from him than my actual real father. So I just wanted to make sure you know that I embrace you and I'm in your corner.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And to acknowledge that we do need to make strides here in the athletic community, non-athletic community, just in general, to be more accepting of different people from different walks of life, identities, or whatever the case may be, because at the end of the day, we're all human, and we all the same, essentially. I think we should go into, so what would you like to see moving forward? And essentially, that's so general, but I need a demand, calling out, obviously we're having this conversation, calling out the black men in this community. How do I, as another athletic black male on this campus, be there for you? How do I become more understanding? How do I show up there for you? Does that make sense?
I think so. I would just say, don't look at me as an other. You know, look at me as one of your peers, someone you could learn from, and someone who can potentially learn from you. And definitely just be willing to educate yourself. There's so many meetings, so many opportunities that, a lot of people don't go to because of fear of being associated. I feel like if we scrap that and just think about it in a way of, I'm here to educate myself so I could be a better human being. I feel like if that could happen, we'll be way better, and I feel like that's something that's easy. That's easy. We have meetings here on this campus all the time, not just pertaining to being gay, not just pertaining to being black. There's so many different opportunities for you just to learn a different type of person, so, yeah.
Any last thing to add before I wrap up?
I appreciate your transparency through this discussion. I think these discussions are very important, in creating an inclusion environment at Villanova, especially being a minority and stuff like that. So we appreciate your time. And
For sure. To echo that, I appreciate you as well. This is not it. This is not the last conversation. I know I will make sure that this is not the last conversation, even beyond I move on. That's one of the biggest things about this podcast specifically is, us on the e-board, we talked about leaving our legacy here and making sure that this continues to move on when we graduate. Like, I'm a senior. He's a senior. Like, you know what I'm saying? We want to make sure you back up here. You know what I'm saying? Having other conversations, those type of things when we're not here, moving on. And I think this is definitely a good start.
Yeah.
You have something to say?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like, you know, to whoever is watching, to whoever may be watching, I would definitely just advise, don't fit in. Stand out, you know. Just be yourself. Stand out and stick to who you are, you know, because you will eventually realize, you know, who's really in your corner and who's really there for you.
Right.
You know, so, yeah. And I really appreciate y'all, you know, having me. You know, conversations were definitely really good, and I can't wait to have many more.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Part 2, Part 3, I don't know. For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you have it. Kentron White again. Thank you. Guys, thank you for tuning in to Out of Bounds again. Make sure you definitely check back in. We'll have a lot more special guests here, a lot more in-depth conversations. Have a good night. Thank you.